0.95, greater than 0.90, and all these things. In that way, we are going to apply all these. Right. Next we come to the what is factor analysis, as I said earlier also, because there is the multipolarity issue also. So if there is the how we can resolve this multipolarity? First of all, how we can watch multipolarity and how we can resolve this multipolarity, that's important. So much like cluster analysis involving grouping similar cases, factor analysis that is involves grouping similar variables into dimensions, and this process is used to identify latent variables or constructs. The purpose of factor analysis is to reduce many individual items into a fewer number of dimensions. So factor analysis can be used to simplify data, such as reducing the number of variables in a regression model. But let's say you want to factor analysis, that is why principal component. You see, that is why we are calling it, this one is a dimension reduction. Another name of factor analysis, dimension reduction. So dimension reduction means you want to reduce our dimensions. Let's say I have 37 to 40 dimensions in my hand. I have taken into consideration, okay, fine. And now I would like to reduce, or I want to clubbing them. So when I'm going to reduce all these things, I would like to club them. So what process I'm going to apply? Factor analysis. Simply factor analysis, that is the PCA, principal component, or any other way you can apply. And in the SPSS, all the provisions has been given, and you can use any one provision and you can apply this. And most often factors are rotated after extraction. Factor analysis has several different rotation methods. Jैसे I said ki PC and all these things very max. And some of the ensures that the factors are orthogonal, that is uncorrelated. So which simply that would eliminate the problem of multipolarity. Multipolarity means your number of the factors are related to each other. So why we had capped into a different category? We can merge them, right? This is the solution. We can merge all these factors. Those have multipolarity issue. So we can clump them. That is the solution. So factor analysis is also used to verify scale construction. In such applications, the items that make up each dimensions are specified upfront. This form of factor analysis is most often used in the context of structure function modeling and is referred to as confirmatory analysis. Yes, confirmatory factor analysis comes after factor analysis. Why? Because whatever the factors you had identified, that is giving these factors confirmation. That is confirmatory factor analysis. So confirmatory factor analysis is a multivariate statistical procedure that is used to test how well the measured variable represents the number of construct. Confirmatory factor analysis and exploratory factor analysis are similar techniques, but in exploratory factor analysis, data is simply explored and provides information about the numbers of factors required to represent the data. Correct. So here is, we can say exploratory factor analysis. All measured variables are related to every latent variable. And that is why this thing is going to confirm by confirmatory factor analysis. That is why we are doing confirmatory factor analysis. Next, the last thing it is here, what is the path analysis? What do you understand by path analysis? So basically, path analysis is the extension of the regression model. Those we had used in the past regression model, multiple regression or any sort of the regression you had used. So path analysis, it is the extension of that regression model. So in a path analysis model, from the correlation matrix to a more casual models are compared. The path of the model is shown by a square and an arrow, which shows the causation. Regression rate is predicted by the model. Then the goodness of fit statistics is calculated in order to see the fitting the model. As I've shown you that table, I mean, this table we are going to creating in both the cases, right? In both the cases, like I'm just showing you just a moment. This is the paper I was talking about. This is the CFA. We had used one, it is the 40-limit indices, the structure. That is for the structure question modeling. And this table, same model, same table we had used, but that is for goodness of fit indices for the measurement model. Right? Are you getting? CFA is a measurement model. Right. And this one is the structure question model, that is the path analysis. Then we come to the, this is the CFA diagram. Then finally, this is our structure path analysis. what I am talking about path analysis. Means now we have tried. Sometimes what we had removed this arrow, and this arrow is directly only by this. After that, what we have done, we had put this arrow here and all. In that way, we have created so many models, and finally, which model has given us very good values, maximum good values. So where is all the criteria has been fulfilled. So then we had opted R square value or the adjusted R square or the beta value where is we had found it best. So we have taken into consideration that model, right? So now you can see all these things, these values we will receive after running our regression weights. We will find out and how we are going to use regression weights with the help of the stats wiki. I will show you how you can use this regression weights in the you will put the values in stats wiki and how you can get the values. Correct. Next is come to the standardized regression weights. You can see all these things. These are the positive. We will see after running this structure question modeling. Then finally, we are going to write. Here is the discussion, right? And in discussion, finally, that is the conclusion. And after that, you are going to write managerial implications. And finally, you are going to write limitations and the future research and practical implications also. Yes. Now I will come to the questionnaire part. As I said, uh, because you are collecting data with the help of this questionnaire. And questionnaire, either you have taken validated questionnaire, suppose somebody had published all these already these questions. So you have taken into consideration these questions. And after taking into consideration these questions, so what you have to do simply you are framing all these items, and this is defining trust. That is one construct, and these questions are basically defining this trust. Perceived price, these questions, first, second, and third, these questions are defining this perceived price. And bank credibility and use. Let's say, suppose if given opportunity, I would move to bank which provides environment friendly services. All these are the questions. A person who is, because I had created boxes in front of them, strongly agree, and neutral, right, and all boxes. And if suppose you are filling this question, trust, I trust that my bank promotes environmental friendly activities. So either you will be agree or disagree, or strongly agree or strongly disagree. You will put it, you will give your marks, or you will put a sign. Okay, fine. I am strongly agree with this point or not agree. Same with intention. You can say this is the questionnaire intention. I would positively like to use green banking. I would love to recommend green banking and all these things. Then after that, we come to the perceived risk I have measured, that we all authors we have measured. Then attitude. Attitude, I feel positive about using green banking services. I am positive about the contribution in all. So if suppose, now let me tell you, if suppose you people also working on green banking, and in green banking you people are working, and suppose you want to study in your area, or some this kind of topic. Let's say somebody have done this research in China, and I would like to run the same research in India in our Indian perspective. So, what I will do, I can take either a same questionnaire for my study, that is a validated question, because already published in B category journal, Scopus Index, Web of Science, and as well as ABDC B ranking journal. So, okay, fine, I can take this question for my study. Or what I can do, I was talking about earlier. Let's say trust perceived price I have taken from this study, from this paper. But bank credibility, I could have found out, okay, these statements are not sufficient. We can add on some more statements. So, and that particular person, he has used these statements in their study. So, I will take that particular construct from that study. Let's say I am not supposed, these three constructs I have taken into consideration, but let's say intention. Let's say intention, I would like to add on some more questions. But I mean, these three questions are not sufficient. So what I will do, I will do my own factor analysis because what I am doing is scale development with calculating. Scale development means you are creating new scale. So when you are working on scale development, so you can take your own, I would say, your own items, your own created statements, and after that, you are going to check factor loading. And after checking factor loading, you can find out your constraints. Right. So I would positively like to use green banking subsidiary. I would like to add. So then you have to go ahead for factor analysis. Like if you are satisfied with this question, go ahead. Suppose this construct attitude, I don't want to take from this paper. I want to take this attitude from some other paper. So I will create this one as the some table from where I have chosen or I have taken this particular construct. Right. So in that way, you can carry on. So here is, I'm sure, let me come back on this. What is path analysis? So concept is that is simple OLS and maximum likelihood method are used to predict the path. Simply ordinary least square. OLS means we are talking about ordinary least square, and maximum likelihood method are used to predict the path. Right. And this is the path model, a diagram that which shows the independent, intermediate, and dependent variables. A single-headed arrow shows the cause for the independent, intermediate, and dependent variable. A double-headed arrow show the covariance between the two variables. I have shown you covariance always the two-side arrow, and that is correlated in between two variables. Now we come to the how we are going to assess the reliability and validity of the model. So reliability, as you know, through Cronbach alpha, you can judge reliability. So reliability and composite reliability. Here is reliability is defined as the degree to which scale items are free from error and therefore yield consistent results. Means now again, now there is a big difference between reliability and validity. I'm giving you one question. Reliability and validity, let's say I am using in my electric vehicle question, let's say I had asked question related to their feeding habits. Those are purchasing electric vehicle, right? Though there is not related to electric vehicle purchase or electric vehicle adoption. Correct. So now what we have to do, simply I have put it this question, fine. The Cronbach alpha, it's very good. Let's say Cronbach alpha, it's that is as per the other past researchers already validated this point, Cronbach alpha should be greater than zero point 0.6. That is good. And Cronbach alpha for that question is also R 0.6. Okay, fine. So that means those are the responses. See, reliability always we are checking in terms of the responses. Means respondent में सही response किया है नहीं किया. Might be reliability. Up again, how you are going to check reliability. Reliability you are going to check with the help of test and retest. Let's say I had given you this questionnaire today. You had filled. Everybody, you people have filled that questionnaire, right? And after 15 days, again we are meeting and we are filling same respondent, same questionnaire you are filling. So answer should be same, but actually it is not happened. Answer is deviating. So when the answer is deviating, it means either at that time when first time you had filled that questionnaire, that is not reliable. There was the wrong answer. Means today you are saying strongly agree for the same question. And after 15 days, when you're filling, you are saying strongly disagree. How come it is possible? It's not possible. A same person, same question, a person, he slightly it could be changed. Okay, fine. Earlier I was saying strongly disagree, and now I'm saying disagree only. But it is not possible. At that time, I was saying strongly disagree, and now I'm saying strongly agree. That is not possible. So, this is the role of the reliability. So, Cronbach alpha, so how such kind of questions you must drop it. Such kind of responses you must drop it. Up now, how you are going to check these kind of questions? Let's say these are my constructs. Now you can see one, two, three. I have taken one construct that is in yellow color. Second construct is green color. Another one is darker green and all. Now, data cleaning. I said I will show you data cleaning. How many respondents in this sheet? I just want to show you total. These are my construct and total respondent are 372. Right. So I want to check whether their responses are correct or not. How you are going to clean it. Let's say 1,000 respondents data you had collected. That is not possible. Manually, you are checking each and every row. It's not possible. There is a shortcut. There is a shortcut for this. Simply, here is you can check their standard deviation. I'm going to write standard deviation. Right. In Excel, each and everything you can do it. Standard deviation. So suppose what we have to do, simply we will put standard this time STT. Right. So let's say we are taking standard deviation, right, of the this particular, let's say standard deviation. We have put it here is we could enter. Right. Up now we had not selected this range. So standard deviation we had selected. Simply you will write equal sign and then you will write STD, right? And you will select it. And now you are going to define range. Bracket close and then enter. So what is the standard deviation? That is 1.2, right? And because I would like to apply to the all my respondent, that is this thing. Right. So now you can see what is standard deviation. And let's say हम zeros में कम कर देते हैं. We can replace or two decimal points we can take it. Little bit 3 decimal points we can drop it. Right. So now you can see this row and standard deviation now you can check. But here is, I could found here in these values, there is one at the one place standard deviation is 0. 0. I have seen standard deviation is 0. Or you can put it filter also, where is the standard deviation is 0. Okay. Standard deviation is 0. Right. Right. And now, let's say standard deviation 0. How come it is possible? Let's say I am taking this point, right? Last one, this entry. I'm just highlighting this entry, not this, below this, right? So I'm just putting up, this is highlighted with yellow color. Now you can see this person had, let's say, responded X number of any respondent. He had given to all the questions 7777. Is this possible? No, not at all. Some questions are like that in this questionnaire. Those are 7 I had given to strongly agree. For these questions, it is not possible that answer would be strongly agree. For these questions, answer would be strongly disagree or neutral, but strongly agree, it is not possible. Correct? So that is why standard deviation 0. So you must remove this entry. This entry is useless for you. And after interpreting all those results, these results would not be correct. वो आपके करेक्ट रिजल्ट्स आपके यहाँ पर नहीं आए. Simply 0.00, you must eliminate such kind of entry. Those standard deviation is 0.0. Let's say, suppose I am filling, here is in the last question, in the last respondent result, let's say 11111. Now you can see. I have put it 1111 wrong. Now you can see, now I am simply, I would say, will the standard deviation that is 0.0. Right? Standard deviation 0.0. Why? Because there is no deviation, whatever is the data we had filled. So please, this is my request to each and everyone. First of all, please clean your data. First, when you will clean your data, then you could find out such kind of entries, let's say 50 entries like that. So please remove all those entries where the data standard deviation is zero, right? Now let's say sometimes a question is arises, let's say one person, let's say for a, I'm just giving an example, let's say he had not filled data in this question. So what should I do? Number of time research scholars asking me, ma'am, what should I do if he has not filled this data? So simply, do not delete because rest of the values he had filled up, right? Only one value is missing. One value is missing. So solution of this particular problem, what you can do, simply you can take, I'm just removing both these entries or I have not saved. So I'm just removing both these entries. I'm deleting. After that, what I'm doing here is simply I will take average. I have just put it here is average and average. Average from this column, right? I have taken this column, column O, right? And of all the values, right? So simply I will take average of, simply I'm going to take average of all these values, right? And now bracket closed and enter. What is average? 5.11. So what I will do, I will put it 1. Because decimal, I'm not taking into consideration everywhere. You can see this was the empty. Respondent has might be possible he forgot it to fill this particular question, right? Answer response of this question. So we have taken mean value of this particular question, right? What other respondents are giving value to this question. So simply we have taken average value of this and we have put it all those things 5. So I have put it here 5 because decimal values we are not considering. If right, so we had put it like that. So such kind of entries, those data you had collected for structure question modeling, in that way you can clean your data. Outliers, you will remove it. Let's say outliers, let's say. For example, let's say somebody have not filled 7, he had filled, here his number is 70. What he had filled? Number is 70. Now you can see only this value standard deviation that is 2 point something, right? You can say because we had given only either person will fill the value either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all. How come by mistake possible? By mistake, he was trying to write 7, but he had written by mistake or might be he had not paying attention. So 17 he had written. So that is why this is the wrong entry. So please clean it and correct it. And here is this entry also in the similar manner. You will first, you are going to take mean of this question. And after that, you can put it values over there. Like somewhere else people had written, let's say 85, right? 85 to कोई response ही नहीं है हमारा, right? Let's say somebody had put it 85, 56, whatever is the number is there. So kindly correct it. Right, through online, if you are taking, that's corrected. Now, I think through which you can do your data cleaning. So all these reliability and validity, I was talking about. Reliability means of the questionnaire. क्वेश्चन में चाहे हमने गलत ही क्वेश्चन पूछा है माइट बी आई एम आस्किंग इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल व्हाट इज योर फीडिंग हैबिट्स आर यू लाइक इट डू यू लाइक पिज्जा डू यू लाइक burgers do you like this and that I'm asking these questions so cronback alpha would be very good because all the because you had asked this question so obviously you will write either pizza if let's say in this meeting let's say 100 participants are present if I will give you this question you will fill this question. Okay, I like burger, I like pizza, or this is strongly I agree. Pizza I like, strongly agree or strongly disagree, and all these things you will fill. So Cronbach alpha automatically it will come correct because Cronbach alpha might be it is greater than 0.6. That's agree. But if we will talk about validity it is always set of questions It means we are asking correct question related to our study, related to our research topic. How come this question is a valid question when we are doing research on electric vehicle? This question, it is not related at all, right? Not related at all, because see, that is not fulfilling our research objectives. So that is why it is not validated. So that is why we need to know what is our convergent validity, what is our discriminant validity. Discriminant validity means it is talking about refer to the degree to which items of different concerns are unique from each other. Matlab, if I have taken, see, I just want to show you this question. This is the, I have taken, you can see, attitude I am measuring. But any question, it is similar. I mean, when I'm measuring attitude, these questions are not similar. If suppose I will put a same question under this heading, perceived risk or intention. So what will happen? My discriminant validity would not be good. It will not be correct. Why? Because there is no unique set of the question. Because attitude we are measuring, that is a unique set of the questions. For measuring perceived risk, unique set of the questions. For intention, we are measuring unique set of the questions. So in that way, we are taking into consideration all these questions. So discriminant validity is poor. Let's say if the discriminant validity is poor in my case, so again, that is indicating please rework on your questionnaire. Please ask all these questions or your questionnaire, discuss this question with your some experts. Then experts will tell you this question is correct. This question is not required because that is not fulfilling your objective. That is not related to your research. Or he will say it this question you can reframe because that is leading towards the negative side, or this question is leading towards the positive side, right? Iska answer negative hai to kindly reframe this question, right? Or so accordingly experts will validate your question. After validating your question, this discriminant validity would be correct. So that is why we are validating our questionnaire. Then is convergent validity. Convergent validity test is measure that should be related are in fact related or not. Right. This discriminant validity that is talking about in between the construct. Your set of question is not same. That is discrimination in between your questions. Otherwise, we can have one simple construct. But convergent validity, whether whatever is the questions you are asking, you are measuring, that is correct. Right? Whatever is the irrespective of this Cronbach alpha, whatever is your Cronbach alpha, right? And this one is the because your results would be consistent across your this. Come to the measurement model. This is my last slide of this my presentation. So here is validation via standard set of indices. हमने फॉर्मुलाइकर का क्राइटेरिया लिया है रिलायबिलिटी क्रॉनबेक अल्फा इट शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 0.8 0.67 है वो भी is in this criteria that is 0.8. Composite reliability that is 0.5. I will discuss composite reliability in my next session. Tomorrow I am going to discuss all these. I will show you composite reliability, how you can measure, how you can judge. Convergent validity also, that is average variance extracted, AVE, you can show here, and indicator factor loading. इंडिकेटर फैक्टर लोडिंग सिग्निफिकेंट दैट शुड बी पी वैल्यू हमेशा आपकी 0.05 से कम होनी चाहिए composite reliability that should be always greater than 0.8, right? And here is the discriminant validity and so on. I will show you how come it is 0.5 and 0.8. So that's all from my side for the today's session. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for the lovely presentation. Regarding the cleaning of data, I have a very basic question. You said wherever the standard deviation is zero, you remove. So that is the only criteria. It has to be only if it is zero, you remove nothing else, right? There's no threshold.
See, actually, what happens whenever we people are doing this kind of study, so if because I usually use this one is the standard through standard deviations only, right? Or if you could find it, let's say somewhere it is your standard deviation is very low. Let's say one person had put it 7, and in other questions he had put it 111. So definitely you will not get 0. Obviously, that would be there would be some value. So I mean, manually also you can check it, right? How we can improve all this data. You could do that.
All right.
Right. Yes. Any other question? If you have any query, so you can ask me. Will any soft copy of a book for Sam be shared with us? Sure, Kavita. I think you had asked this question. Yes, of course. Tomorrow, I had shared one soft copy of the book. I have already shared with ma'am, and ma'am has already shared with you. And tomorrow, I will give you one of the book on the Sam that is. Very detailed book and very classy book, and almost all the researchers they are following this book. So I will share soft copy, e-copy of that book, right? Yes, one more question. Is construct and factors used changeably, or is there any difference? No. Yes, very good question you had asked. And that clarity you should have. Construct and factors, that is interchangeable. That is same thing. Some people are using term construct, some people are using term factors, some people are using term, let's say, variable. Right. But that is same. But items is entirely different. Items means those questions are supporting to define this particular construct. So we can say either you can use term construct, you can use term factors, you can use term variable. All these terms are interchangeable. Very good questions. So I'm sure this doubt is clear. Next question is, you will be sharing this presentation with us as these values are very important. Yes, of course. Yes. I'm sharing this presentation. I'm just sharing right now in the chat box. I'm just saving this. And I think this would be, I'm going to attach, if I'm not wrong, I'm going to attach this. There is the one sign of attachment. Uh, I think let me 5 yes. So Dropbox not in that is in my computer system. I'm just attaching. So you can find out this one is the right. There is a folder. I'm just attaching this. Yeah. Apart from this, any other question? I'm just doing attachment of
Ma'am,
this. Yeah.
uh, ma'am, the paper that you were showing, adoption
Huh.
and perception of banking consumers, can you share that also?
Yes, ma'am.
That is a
Yes.
very
I
good
can do.
guide for
Uh,
SEM. Right?
yes. I can do that. Right. Just a moment. I'm just sharing all these things. Mm,
Ma'am, the papers which you have shared with me, we have already put it on the drive, and your PPT we will also be putting on drive. So
right.
people,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
so we would
Yes,
be
ma'am.
sharing. Don't get worried.
Yeah.
All the
Yes.
resources would be shared with all the participants.
Sure. So you can share all these things. Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
can I ask one question?
I'm sorry.
I have one question, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Actually, in one of my analysis, I got all the other parameters within acceptable limit, but Ramsey value I could not do anything. Means it is still not coming under control. So, can you suggest something basically how to go proceed about that?
That is bad indicator if I'm right, right? RMCA value.
Yes.
Right. So RMCA value, that is your bad indicator. You can improve this value anyhow. Otherwise, because bad indicator, that means if your value is more than 10. more than, I could say, not 10, more than 1, right? It should be below 0.8, 0.08, 0.05, right? It's like that. If it is reaching towards the 1, that means there is a problem in your model. So kindly improve this and kindly correct it. But how you can correct it? Only through data you can correct it, right? That means your some bad indicators are not supporting your, right? Bad indicators are going towards the whatever is your limit. So you can find out how you can improve it through your data. You can improve it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? If you can ask any other question. No further question, I think.
Okay, if
Okay.
there are no questions, even tomorrow we are going to have the same speaker. We are going to listen to ma'am itself. So we would, even if you have the question, you can keep it for tomorrow. We can again have more elaboration on those questions. So tomorrow we would be using hands-on practice with the AMOS. We would be starting, and I feel that, we have to do a lot of practice. We come across many times when I started it, it don't even run itself. Sometimes, you are putting an error somewhere, your weight is missing, some kind of a problem is there. You are overwriting, and it is not visible on the canvas. So many kind of issues are there. So practice makes a man. That is what I feel. So, sir, if your data is not really fitting well, you can make small samples, and then you can just give a try and feel out where modification indexes can help. That's again a hit and trial method. Very difficult to get it, but yes, practice is what I feel that we can improve upon. So thank you, ma'am. It was a nice intro to the structured equation modeling. So tomorrow we would be seeing the hands-on practice, making all those diagrams, getting them symmetry, moving and all that. We actually have to spend a lot of time on getting, I should say, the expertise. Ma'am is so nicely, even, putting all the your items in the canvas is also a big thing, because initially they suggest you go for a long list because some of them would be dropped, but getting all the model in the canvas is, I think it's again an art, because you have to fit all of them together in the given space. But never mind, we will do our practice. So now I would request all the participants to switch on their camera just for a 1 second, so that we can have a nice picture, so that we can put it on the social media. So all should look good. So just a 1 minute request to everybody, so that I can have in a full screen and we can have in a.
And ma'am, kindly, I have already shared. This one is my PPT also in the chat box, and I will share at your personal window also, right? And here is also that paper also that I have shared, and that is
I
already
got it.
shared in
Thank
the,
you. Thank
yeah.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. So thank you very much, everybody. Done with the screenshot? Okay, so we can have, yeah, thank you. Thank you for the beautiful click. So we are going to use it on our social media. So you can tag, we would be tagging everybody. So you can also tag us. So let's see. So happy learning, and let's see tomorrow, and we will hear ma'am more on the structure equation modeling. Thank you. Thank you for joining, and thank you being awake till the last of the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for conducting this session.
Thank you. Most welcome.
Thank you, madam.